Hi there, welcome to Caltex Academy. Today on our board we have some integration of product of sine and cosine. As you can see here, our question says evaluate the integral of sine 6x times cosine of 3x with respect to x. So in our previous video we looked at integration of product of sine with different angles. Also this one we have different angles of 6x and 3x. So the link of that video is in the description of this video. You can go on and check it out after finishing watching this video. So I apologize for the background noise, but for you to get the best out of this video, you can just focus on what is going on, and you also take some notes, pause the video where necessary, and then you are good to go. So if you're excited just like me, you come closer and let's dive into the video. So when you have a question this type where the angles are different and you're multiplying cosine and sine, cosine and cosine, then we have to think of a factor formula. So the best factor formula that we can easily use here to obtain something similar here is when you sum sine of different angles together. And let's just quote it here. We have sine of any angle A. So when we add this to another sine of any angle B, this will give us twice sine of the sum of these angles, that is A plus B, and we divide it by 2. And then we have to multiply this by cosine of the difference of these angles divided by 2. So A minus B over 2. Now the only difference here when you look at our question together with this factor formula is these 2 here. So let's get rid of the 2 by dividing both sides by these 2. So we will obtain 1/2 into sine A plus sine B equals sine A plus B over 2 times cos A minus B over 2. Having reached to this stage here, then we have to bring our question nearer here to compare them in order for us to see these angles here correspond. So we have here sine of 6x times cosine of 3x. So you can see the sines are corresponding and the cosine are corresponding. So we can just simply compare these angles here. So from here we can move on and say, okay, maybe you can switch colors, that this angle must be equals to 6x. So let's write it somewhere here, and we have A plus B over 2 equals 6x. Now we can get rid of this denominator by multiplying this equation by 2. So we have here A plus B equals 12x. So let's call this one here equation number 1. Then let's do the same to the next angle here, because we have cos and cos, so we can compare our angles. So we have A minus B over 2 equals 3x. So multiplying also by 2, we'll get A minus B equals 6x. So we can also call this one to be equation number 2. Now let's solve this equation simultaneously, and we can recopy them down here, collecting them together, and we have A plus B, that is equals to 12x. Then we have a minus b equals 6x. So we can solve this equation by elimination method, and here we need to eliminate b. So since the signs are different, we can simply add these equations together in order for us to be able to eliminate b. So a plus a, we have 2a, and this one goes to 0, and 12 plus 6, we have 18 here, and we attach our x. So our main interest is to get a. Now we can divide both sides of this equation by 2 to just get 9x as the value for a. Now let's substitute this value for a, which is 9x, in equation number 1. You can also substitute in equation number 2, you still get the same result. So here, let's take equation number 1, which is a plus b equals to 12x. So our a is 9x plus our b equals 12x. Now we can collect like terms by taking 9x to the right hand side, and it becomes 12x minus 9x. So when we subtract 9 from 12, we get 3x. So having gotten this, we can go on and also replace from what we have obtained up here. That is, in this stage here, we will replace all our a and b with the values we have just gotten here. So let's go on and do that in our next step. So here we'll have 1/2 into sine of a plus sine of b equals sine of a plus b over 2 is cosine of a minus b over 2. So replacing a with 9, so we have here sine of 9x plus sine of 3x. So from the right hand side, we have sine of 9x plus 3x over 2 times cosine of 9x minus 3x over 2. So at this point, we need to simplify the right hand side. Let's just simply copy the left hand side here. Then we have here sine 9x plus sine of 3x equals to, so 9x plus 3x, we get 12x divided by 2, that is 6x. So we have here sine of 6x, and we bring in our cosine. So 9x minus 3x, we get 6x. So 6x divided by 2, we get 3x. Now, if you have seen this clearly here, you realize that, okay, what we have gotten here is exactly the same like our question up there. We can scroll up and see our question that it looks exactly here. Sine 6x times cosine 3x. Now, since we have gotten something similar, then we have an opportunity of now working out this number by rearranging this, identity here. So we have sine of 6x times cosine of 3x this must be equivalent to 1/2 into bracket sine of 9x plus sine of 3x. So here we can integrate with respect to x. So the integral of this with respect to x must be equivalent to the integral of this side also with respect to x. So now we can go on and integrate the right hand side, because this is what I've converted into to make it simple for our integration. Now let's factor out 1/2, and we have our integral of into sine of 9x plus sine of 3x. So here we'll have our 1/2, and we can create a bracket here because this number will multiply the integral of these numbers here. So we know that the integral of sine is negative cosine. So we have 1/9 negative, and we have cosine of the same angle 9x. So we shall also have here negative 1/3 cosine of 3x. Then close this bracket, and we add the constant of integration here. So after this, the next stage is just to open up this bracket, and we are done. So let's create more space here, and we have, okay, the integral of our sine 6x times cosine of 3x with respect to x. This one should be equals to, now we can go ahead and open up this bracket. So we have negative 1/2 times 9 is 18. So we have 18 here, cosine of 9x minus 1 times 1, of course, is 1/2 times 3, and that is 6. So we have here cosine of 3x plus the constant of the integration. And that is exactly how we integrate this number using factor formulae of addition. So in our next example, we'll look something similar to what we have just done here, but the only difference here would be we'll start with cosine times sine. That uses a different also factor formula. And if you're pleased with this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel to get notification for future videos, and then see you in the next video. Peace out.